This is the roof in the back. The, insulation or whatever they call it, they put on it. I guess it's, I would have liked to have seen when they dropped it off. I didn't think this was getting done till later. Damn bugs bite me. And that's part of the metal roof on the front. So obviously it comes in sections. I wasn't sure how they did that. And a couple little things to make it look a little nicer. As you guys know, this whole front part here is going to be a 10-foot wood deck that comes out to these poles. These are just temporary poles. They're actually going to be 6 by 6 right there. Now this is all storage, which is quite a big space. See, my part was like kind of set up to be like the house that I'm living in now. As you know, these are all windows that slide open. I like a lot of glass sitting here, so even if you're in here working on something, you can see out all the time, storms, that kind of thing. I think I've explained this before, but somebody said they were unsure if I had time to do a little video. And this right here is the laundry room. Had a window put in there. I thought, why not? As long as you're like here, you know what I mean? And this is just an office. Right here, I'm going to put a bunch of shelves in here. And this would be the living room and an open kitchen with a island right here. Door to go out. This would be the living room side. Head out the living room side if you want. This right here is the guest bedroom. I had extra windows put in the crank out where they open from the bottom. So this is going to be a front deck right here. If you're laying in bed here, you're visiting, this is where you'll see. This will be your view. Like that. And you're gonna have, these are all 12-foot ceilings. It's all gonna be custom wood interior that I got a break on. This is gonna be your bathroom in here. Right here. And that's my bathroom on the other side. You're gonna have a big tall ceiling and it's all gonna be tiled up. I just got showers, I didn't get tubs. I never use them. I could always get, you know, if I wanted one, but I don't think that I will. I never use them. And this is my bedroom right here in the back. I had French doors put on because I really like seeing outside, especially during a rainstorm. And things are added on, you figure out later. This is going to be a 10-foot wood deck too, right here. The deck's going to go all the way over to where you see that last pole, which will cover the kitchen. All the way down in between those big 12-foot doors is going to be an outside shower. A lot of times you don't like messing up the bathroom. And, if you're hot, you cut grass or something. If you cut grass on a hot day and you wear like long stuff like I do, to keep from getting cooked medium rare, I want to just be able to shower off before I go inside. And there it just runs off and there'll be nothing to clean. And for the women that visit, it's going to be no curtain, so you're on your own out there. And on the tops right here, this is all going to be wood too, rather than just ugly, plain painted underneath section of a roof. And then over here, this is just the side of the house. Right here. Which of course are going to be openings for the two windows that I showed you. They haven't cut through the siding yet. Oh, and over here too, you know, I could have made a mistake on this, but you know, your whole life, at least mine, you're doing stuff for other people. You get ready to move and you fix this place up like you should have fixed it up for yourself, but you didn't. You fixed it up so you could sell it for top buck. And, you know, I'm not a big guy with like, I hate like dressers and stuff like that. I hate stuff like, to me, that's old school. I like open shelving, which I'm going to have a lot of in the rooms. But just in case visitors and even myself, there's some shirts that you can't fold up and throw in a pile. Like a dress shirt, this is a closet area that's going to go with a pull-up ladder all the way up to 12 feet. So crazy as it seems, you know, where you can reach to is the first level, and where you can't reach to, you'll need this movable ladder for stuff that you don't wear very often, that kind of thing. And if you cut through, that's the bathroom of me right there. The same thing over here, but on the guest bedroom right here, you know, they're going to have a closet too. Same thing. It's all duplicated. That kind of thing. And what else? I'm not sure if I'm going to cut the grass or not. You know, I've never been a big fan on that to begin with. And when I went to that rattlesnake roundup, I was talking to some biologists. And, you know, I used to think, you'll see there's a lot of tree farms around here. And it looks manicured. It looks really cool when you see like 10,000 trees row by row and there's nothing underneath them. You could just walk in there and look. Well, I always used to think that that's better than condos or a development, that kind of thing. But really, as it turns out, those are considered dead zones. Anywhere where with regard to wildlife, dead zones. So nothing lives there. It's too open. There aren't the right trees. There isn't access water. I decided to forego a pond. I mean, it's just personal opinion, but you know me, I was spoiled with up north Michigan where I lived on that crystal clear water, or when I go down to Florida. And I just don't like the look of ponds when they're that green, you can't see in them, so I didn't want one. And I'll sit out, you know, when we do some of these lives sometimes, and most of the time, never get nailed by a mosquito. And if I do, one or two. So there you have it. And it's going to be the lines are going to get run upstairs. So this is where the pipes are going to come right down from the ceiling for the outside shower right here. So all you're going to see is, well, really, you won't see anything probably, because this is going to be covered. And the interior of the garage, I don't like the look of drywall. It's going to be all plywood, that kind of thing. And, people have asked me before, Frederick brought up a good point. You know, I don't know anything about building. It really doesn't interest me. You couldn't pay me $100 to work on a building crew. I just don't like it. I could tell you why, but I'm not really sure of all the reasons. I just don't. Somebody asked me too, and it was a good question. I appreciate people see things that I never thought of. And if you look on like these spaces right here, sometimes on these 2x4s that are 2x6s that are horizontal, it's like they don't look really straight. Well, it doesn't matter that they're straight because they're going to be covered anyway. And those aren't even required. That's just extra bracing. And what Frederick brought up one time, it's like, you know, there's a big difference in 2x6s compared to 2x4s. Yeah, you're right, in cost there is. But, you know, this is all open for keeping tractors and working on things. And the reason for the 2x6, even though it isn't required, is for wall support, extra strength. With 12-foot ceilings, I mean, you got a long span. These are all grade 1. So that's the reason for the 2x6s, is because the builder just felt that it's extra bracing. He said what he's noticed over the years, he built with his dad for a long time too. If you go into a house that settles over a 10-year, 15-year period, you'll notice sometimes the walls sag, and it's just because the boards aren't strong enough over a long time of being climatized to like high humidity, high heat. He said it's not like really noticeable. But if a builder and you go over to the side like this and you look up 10 years from now, it's likely that you'll see kind of a wave, and that's because of using non-grade 1 2x6s and trying to run them 12 feet long as a 2x4. Just doesn't work. So little things like that I'm glad about. And other than that, that's about it.